With the school year starting up, there's one kind of icky topic that worries a lot of parents, and that's the problem of head lice in schools. 1 in 4 children will get head lice at some point, and as alarming as this is to a parent, the American Academy of Pediatrics announced in July that there's really no compelling reason for your child to miss school because lice are not harmful, but most parents still do get alarmed and worry, and your school may even require that they stay home, so definitely check with your school and your pediatrician. The important thing is to get the whole thing treated. So Nancy Gordon from the Mercer Island salon called Lice Knowing You is here with advice on what to do if your child needs treatment. First of all, it's a brilliant name. That alone should make a successful business. So tell us, what do we need to know about finding lice with our kids and treating early so that we don't pass this problem on to other kids?
Well, there's a few things you should know to start off. Is lice do not discriminate. There's no lice aren't just for poor people. Every socioeconomic level, gets lice. So
yeah. Kids get them. That's the way it is.
Kids get them. That's the way they get them. Other thing to know is that we need to deal with the lice issue quickly. Get rid of it, and I'm going to show you some tips on how to do that.
Well, let's do that. This is Madeline, and she's got her hair wet, so we can do a wet check. Madeline does not have lice, by the way. She's just a beautiful model, and so we're going to take a look. So what do we do? So,
important thing to know is, well, first of all, you want to, just if you can remember this saying, once a week, take a peek. It's important to do frequent head lice checks on your child. Some people think doing a visual check is sufficient. I can tell you that most people really don't know what they're looking for.
Okay. So what product are you spraying on there?
This is our detangler. It's called Citrament. It's a lice repellent, and it helps comb through the hair.
Okay.
Just makes it easier to comb through. There was a German study done last year that proved that wet head lice checks are much more much more effective way of checking for a head lice infestation.
And what ages are we talking about for kids?
Well, you know what, you read a lot that it's really ages 3 through 12, but I can tell you this touches any age.
Right.
We've had clients as young as 2 months old up to 82 years old.
And it's not hygiene or any of that?
It has nothing to do with hygiene. In fact, lice like clean hair more than they like dirty hair.
Oh, lovely. That's even better.
It's important to know.
Now my kid will never wash his hair.
A couple of things I'll say is that lice, important facts, lice do not hop, jump, or fly. Some people think they do. They are crawling parasites.
Okay.
And they need a human host to survive. So they really can't survive off a human host for longer than 24 to 72 hours. And once they've been off a human host for longer than 12 hours, the reality is that they're really not going to do any damage, even if they're walking around.
Okay, so once you get the head lice gone and the room clean and all that stuff, then you should be good to go without being contaminated again.
What I tell a client is 90% of a head lice issue is on your head. 10% is environmental. You need to do a few things in your environment. It's not a bed bug situation. They're not going to appear 6 months later.
Right.
Once you get rid of them on your head, you're done.
Okay, so show us what we're looking for
So
here.
what you're doing right now, so when I do a head lice check, we do this in our salon, we go bang, bang of the hair, to the back of the hair, combing into a paper towel.
Okay.
All the way through the hair.
While you do that, I'm going to grab a couple of your samples.
Madeline does not have lice.
Madeline does not have lice, and the lice I'm about to show you have been frozen, so these are not going to hop on me and then hop on you. There'll be no hopping here.
No hopping. They don't hop.
And so what Nancy was showing me is that these are the nits, the eggs, little tiny, looks like little specks of dust, and these are the actual lice over here. You see how tiny they are? So, I mean, you really have to look for these babies once you comb through, but that's what you're looking for. Okay? Hopefully that helps.
Now, I will tell you, if you do find lice on your child when you're doing this, it's important to remember a few things. Combing is the only effective way to get rid of a head lice infestation. You need to get every single thing out of the hair so that the infestation will go away. Leaving even one viable nit in the hair, you're going to be back to where you started and often in a worse situation.
How do you know for sure you've gotten them all?
You know what? You really comb through the hair, keep checking, making sure everything's gone. In our salon, we do head lice checks. People come in to make sure that they're done. They've treated themselves at home. I also want to caution people, they want to use safe, effective treatments. Pesticide brands sold in drugstores, while they may kill some of the lice, they don't kill the nits, and oftentimes people use them against the instructions that are on the packaging. So just want to caution people to that. That's why I tell you can use any product. Products can help in the situation, but really effective combing with a good lice comb is the way to go.
Okay, great. So a good comb, the weekly checks, as you mentioned, knowing that this can happen to any kid, so check your kid too, not just other people's kids.
Exactly.
And then if we really have trouble, we can show up at your salon and get some professional help.
That's exactly right. We get rid of lice in one treatment, and we teach people how to check at home, and really we take the stress out of the situation.
Good. And that doesn't hurt, right? The combing? You didn't squirm and carry on or any of that stuff. That's pretty good. All right. Thank you, Madeline. Thank you, Nancy. If you didn't catch all of those tips, we have everything for you. Don't worry, on our website. We'll put that together. If you'd like to learn more about the services at Lice Knowing You, the most cleverly named store in all of America, we will link you over to their page. And they're offering 15% off for New Day viewers. So a good deal today. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Madeline. Super cute. Super cute. We'll be right back.